Hi everybody, we have very important problems and operations on geometry prep 3. Let's give me your attention and be careful on these operations. This is an exam operations, so you must give me your attention. Look at the board, and this is the first question. If sine C equals 0.8 or 0.8, we don't work with decimals. So what shall we do, mister? Here we transform the decimal to be, press this 0.8 on the calculator, it will be 4 over 5. 4 over 5 to be fraction form. So you make this right triangle, it's like ABC, A, B, C. This C is sine C means opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse means 4 opposite to this angle 4 over 5. 4 over 5. So from the Pythagoras, you know Pythagoras, you studied previously, you studied the theorem of Pythagoras in preparatory 1, sorry. So we can say 5 squared minus 4 squared, it will be 3, and you know this very well. So this cosine C, he wants from you to get cosine C. Cosine C means adjacent over hypotenuse, means 3 over 5. 3 over 5. This is the right choice. Okay, this the letter A. Letter B, the straight line. The straight line, whose equation? The straight line, whose equation? Straight line, whose equation? 2x minus 3y equals 12. 2x minus 3y equals 12. Intercepts from the negative part of y-axis, the length. He said the length. He wants from you to make focus on to the two words in mathematics. The first word is distance, and the second word is length. Don't choose at these 2 points the negative. Don't choose. When he mentioned for you the length and the distance, the length and distance. So erase this part. This is negative. He said the straight line whose equation 2x minus 3y equals 12 intercept from the negative part of y-axis. We have a rule. C, intercept means C, equals absolute negative C over B. Where is the meaning of C? C is like this. This is C, absolute term. So we can say negative 12 over B. This operation on the form AX plus BY plus C or equals negative C equals 0. So this is B. This is the coefficient of Y. So we can say negative C over B. Negative C, negative 12 over negative 3, it will be 4. Negative C means 12 or negative 12. Don't worry about the negative because we have an absolute. Okay, negative 12 over 3 or negative 3, the answer will be 4. So the best answer, this is the correct answer, sorry, this is 4. If the two straight lines 3x minus 4y minus 3 equals 0, and the ky equals 1 minus 8x are perpendicular, take care for this operation. Be careful. Are perpendicular. Thus two operations, two equations, 3x minus 4y minus 3 equals 0, and the ky equals 1 minus 8x are perpendicular. Then A equals what? He said perpendicular means slope of the first equation times the slope of the second equation, it will be negative 1. You know this rule. M1 times M1, M2 equals negative 1. What's the meaning of M? Slope. Slope of the first equation times M2 slope of the second equation. It will be negative 1. Okay, we will apply this rule. What's the meaning of slope of the first equation? The first, we have equation. So slope, the first slope, it will be S1 equals negative coefficient x over, you know this rule. When you have an equation, negative coefficient x over coefficient y. Negative coefficient x means a negative 3 over negative 4. So the answer will be 3 over 4. This is the first slope. The second slope means negative coefficient x and the coefficient y, but we have a condition. You must get this beside y, x beside y, to apply the rule of negative coefficient x over coefficient y. So this is going to be there. Ky plus 8x equals 1. So slope the second slope will be negative coefficient x means negative 8 over coefficient y means k. Again, we must take x beside y to apply the rule of negative coefficient x over coefficient y. So it will be ky plus 8x equals 1. So the answer will be negative coefficient x means negative 8 over k. So he said perpendicular. Perpendicular means takes the additive inverse and the multiplicative inverse of the number. So the answer will be negative 8 over k. It will be equals, you have here 3 over 4. You must make the multiplicative and the additive. So the answer will be 4 over 3, but make it negative 4. So k here we have negative 8 over k equals negative 4 over 3. Make scissor, so k will be 6, equal be 6. Be careful, the choices will be negative 6, negative 3, 3, and 6. This is the choices. So the best, this is the right choose. Okay, choose number 6. Okay, ABC is a right triangle at B. You must draw a right triangle at B. Right triangle at B, and I learned you before several times. You must measure the right angle. He said right triangle at B, so make this is B. Here is A and C. He said sine A. He wants from you to get sine A plus 2 cosine C. Sine A plus 2 cosine C. You know very well when you have the right triangle, so we have the other two angles. It's right triangle. This right triangle is right at vertex, at one vertex. This vertex is B here, as we shown in this example. So we have angle A plus angle C complementary. So sine C equals cosine A, and sine A equals cosine C. I didn't say sine equals sine and cosine equals cosine. Be careful. Take care. Be alert. He said sine, I said sine this angle equals cosine this angle, and cosine this will be equal what? Sine this. So sine A plus 2 cosine C. We can erase this cosine C to be sine A because they are equal. So this is sine A. So add 1 sine A plus 2 sine A, it will be 3 sine A. This the right choice. The distance between the point 2 and the negative 4 and the x-axis, and I said length, these two words, length, and I said previously, the length takes the positive part, the positive length. Length and distance, those two words is very important. Okay, the distance between the points 2 and the negative 4 and the x-axis. When he wants from you to get the distance between the x-axis and another point, choose the reflection, choose the opposite. He said x, choose y. He said y, choose x. Here, the distance between the point this and the x-axis. So you must choose y because you know x and y. You must choose y, but don't forget. And I say distance. So don't choose negative 4. It will be 4 because he said the distance. In the opposite figure, ABO is an equilateral triangle. And a straight line OC bisects each of the base and the angle. You know each angle in the equilateral triangle it will be 60. So here is we have 60, and all of this will be 60. But this bisector bisects the angle and bisects the base. So this will be 30 and this will be 30. It's going to be 30. So he wants from you the equation of the straight line, then the equation of the straight line of OC equals what? You must get the slope, and you have an angle slope of the straight line is the positive angle which the straight line makes with the positive direction of x-axis. So we have an angle 30. So slope equals tan 30, and you know this tan 30 1 over root 3. So the answer will be 1 over root 3 or root 3 over 3, the same, they are the same. 1 over root 3 equals root 3 over 3. This tan 30. You know the straight line OC Pass through the origin point. So C equals 0. So what's the best or the correct answer? The correct answer is 1 over root 3x. Because plus C equals 0 here. You know this. Question number 2a. If the point 3 and 1 is the midpoint of AB, we have a point 3 and 1 is the midpoint of A and B. We have a straight line, line segment AB, line segment AB. And the point 3 and 1 is the midpoint of this line segment, where B is going to be x and 3, A, 1 and y. Find x, the variable x and the variable y. Be careful, he said this is midpoint. He said this is the midpoint. So the midpoint will be outside 3 and 1 equals. Make or apply this rule. Apply the rule of the midpoint. X plus 1 over 2 and 3 plus y over 2. So divide this page. The first equal the first. X plus 1 over 2 equals 3 over 1. Scissor, x plus 1 will be 6. So the answer x will be 5. This is as for x. It's going to be 5. Here, 3 plus y over 2 equals 1. Two things over each other equals 1. So these two things are equal. So we have 3 plus y equals 2. The answer will be negative 1. This is x and this is y. So the point will be 5 and negative 1. This is x and y. Without using the calculator, find. What's the meaning of without using calculator? We don't use it at all, no. Use the calculator, but don't change or convert this into decimal. It's like 4x equals cosine power 230. You know cosine 30 equals, sine 30 equals half. Cosine 30, you can make this on the calculator or using this. We have there 30 and 1, and here is 2 by the Pythagoras theorems will be root 3. So cosine power 230 root 3 over 2, but all of this power 2 times 10 power 230. Take care, we have power 2 on each one. Okay, 10 power 230, 1 over root 3, so all of this power 2 times 10 power 240, you know this one. So distribute the power. So here's 4x equals 3 over 4 times 1 over 3. 3 with 3, erase them. Okay, so we have 4x equals quarter. So x will be 1 over 16. Divide by 4 here and here. Okay, so the answer will be 1 over 16. This is the value of x. 3a. ABCD is a parallelogram. This is a very important problem. The very important problem. ABCD is a parallelogram where A 3 and 2, B 4 and the negative 5, C 0 and negative 3 finds the coordinates of the point at which the two diagonals intersect. Here in this operation, you must know the two diagonals of any quadrilateral bisect each other. You know quadrilateral, parallelogram, square, rhombus, trapezium. Okay? The two diagonals bisect each other. He wants from you to get two things in this operation. To get two things. He wants from you, find the coordinates of the point of the two diagonal intersect, means M. He wants from you to get M. And you have A, B, C, and D. The midpoint of AC equals the midpoint of, must be equals to the midpoint of BD. So I know thus, A and C. So M, this is the first required, M is the midpoint equals, we will have A and C, 3 plus 0 over 2, x1 plus x2, okay, comma, 2 minus 3 over 2. So the answer will be 3 over 2, and the answer will be negative 1 over 2. This is the midpoint. And he wants from you then find the coordinates of the point D. He wants D. D, it will be let make it x and y, okay? You have b 4 and negative 5. So the answer, negative, the midpoint, it will be outside 3 over 2 and the negative half equals x plus 4 over 2 and y minus 5 over 2. So the first equals the first, we done it before, and the second equals the second. So the answer, x plus 4 over 2 equals 3 over 2. This with this, so the answer, x plus 4 equals 3, so x equals what? Negative 1. This is as for x. Y minus 5 over 2 equals negative half. So 2 is 2. Y minus 5 equals negative 1, so the answer will be y equals what? 4. Negative 1 plus 5. Don't forget this. So D, then D equals x at first, negative 1 and 4. Negative 1 and 4. This is as for D. 3b, find the equation of the straight line. This kind of operations is very important. It's VIB. It's like, this is guarantee in your exam. Find the equation of the straight line passes through the points 3 and 4 and the perpendicular to the straight line 5x minus 2y plus 7 equals 0. He said perpendicular. Take care of this operation. Find the equation of the straight line passes through points this. And you must get the slope at first. Slope. Then we have this word, so slope required. Then equation. Don't forget the 3 steps. This is number 1, slope. The first, we have equation. So negative coefficient x over coefficient y. Negative coefficient x by y, but y as it is. Negative with negative, the answer will be 5 over 2. Don't take this, because we have perpendicular. We have perpendicular. So the answer will be 5 over 2 will be negative 2 over 5. Negative 2 over 5. Don't forget the multiplicative and the additive inverse. So negative 2 over 5. 2 over 5, 5 over 2, it will be 2 over 5 and it changes the sign. If it's negative, it will be positive. If it's positive, it will be negative. So the equation equals y equals mx plus c. So we have point path through this, 3 and 4. So we have 3 and 4 at the point, we have x, we have y, we have a slope, substitute, okay? So y it will be 4, slope it will be negative 2 over 5, times x it will be 3 plus c. Thus will be negative 6 over 5 equals 4 plus c. So thus will be c equals 4 plus 6 over 5. We can make this by using calculator. So the answer will be 26 over 5. So the equation will be mx is negative 2 over 5x plus 26 over 5. This is the equation required. The last operation, find the equation of the straight line perpendicular to the AB from its midpoint C, where, so you must get the midpoint. You must get the midpoint, okay? So the midpoint here, M equals 1 plus 3 over 2 and 3 plus 5 over 2. So the answer will be 4 over 2, 2, and this is 8 over 2, 4. This is the midpoint. Read again the operation. Find the equation of the straight line. Perpendicular to AB from its midpoint. So we have AB, this straight line which required to get its equation, okay? Perpendicular to AB from its midpoint, perpendicular to it, this straight line, okay? So you must get the midpoint at first and you get this slope, okay? The slope. Slope equals, and the slope required, slope equals 5 y2 minus y1. You must write the rule over x2 minus x1 like I learned you previously, and make focus on this operation. This rule, 5 minus 3 over 3 minus 1. 5 minus 3 over 3 minus 1. So the answer up will be 2, down will be 2, 1. So slope required, because we have this word, perpendicular, slope required equals negative 1. So y equals mx plus c. You must take a point which is a straight line passes through it. A straight line passes through this point. No, this point, no. He passes through this point, 2 and 4. So you must substitute with this point only. The slope is -1 times x will be 2 plus c and y will be 4. This is -2, it will be 6. So c equals 6. The operation or the equation equals mx in -1x plus 6. This is the equation required.